We are going to look at cybersecurity career path, job roles and titles today. The reason I wanted to do this video is to help you understand the different cybersecurity streams and career paths and help you pick a stream if you are a beginner or an aspirant who wants to get into this field. Another reason I wanted to do this is also to help you relate everything I talk about, be it SQL injections and all of the different tools we touch on, and relate it to specific job roles, which again can help you narrow down your job search and be specific about what you need. Now, I talked a little bit about cybersecurity streams in one of my previous videos. You can refer to the same by clicking on the link above. The link is also left in the description of this video. But in this video, we are going to expand further and talk about job roles and titles. Let's begin. So as with many of the other streams of information technology, the entry-level roles start with an analyst title. Say, for example, a cybersecurity analyst or an application security analyst. But in certain cases, you would also see organizations go with the engineer title instead of analyst. Now, sometimes these titles are used interchangeably for the same set of job responsibilities. At times, the title cybersecurity analyst is employed broadly to encompass all substreams. So what you see in the screen gives you a broad idea of how these roles and titles work. So we have cybersecurity at the top, and all of the streams that you see below the main cybersecurity stream in the first row can be considered substreams or subcategories. And for each of these streams, you would have an analyst title for entry level, a specialist title for the mid-level career, and a manager or architect title when it gets to advanced levels. So say, for example, for application security, we have application security analyst, which is the entry level. We have application security specialist, which is the mid-career level, and we either have application security manager or an architect position, which is an advanced level. Now, application security deals with security of all applications, be it web applications, mobile, the client applications, and any sort of application. Similarly, if you're a person who is interested in VPNs, all of the network protocols and network components, network security might be a good stream for you. Infrastructure security deals with the infrastructure components, for example, servers and databases. Similarly, we have security operations. Now, sometimes security operations is also called SOC, which refers to Security Operations Center, and SOC mainly deals with incident response and incident management, and sometimes the SOC titles, be it SOC analyst, specialist or manager, demands shifts in that SOC security operations run 24/7. So there should be people who work in day shift versus there should also be people who work in night shifts. We also have data security and risk, and specifically with risk management, you don't really see a risk manager or a risk architect. Rather, you would see roles like risk analyst and risk specialist. Now, the topics that I predominantly discuss in this channel relate directly to application security. Now, some organizations might split down their titles further to add additional layers or levels. Say, for example, there could be a junior cybersecurity analyst, a senior cybersecurity analyst, etc., that fit into the role of cybersecurity analyst. Also, when you go higher in the ladder, you always get a chance to pick the leadership stream or be an individual contributor as a technical expert. That is why in the advanced level, you see two different paths to either be a manager and lead people or be an architect continuing to be an expert in your field. Now, some roles or titles stand out and don't really fit into any of the titles you see in the screen. Let's look at some of them. So some organizations go with the associate title, which refers to just an employee instead of getting into specifics like analyst or engineers. We also have penetration testers, and this title usually refers to a network penetration tester, though there can be application penetration testers too. And the reason for this is in a real environment, penetration testing will go beyond applications and touch other layers such as servers, network components, databases, etc. We also have privacy officers, which typically refers to a professional who is responsible for overseeing an organization's privacy policies and ensuring compliance with data protection laws and regulations. We also have security auditors who is primarily responsible for evaluating and assessing the security measures and also ties to compliance in certain aspects with defined policies, industry standards, and regulations. Now, finally, let's touch upon cloud security. So, when it comes to cloud, you usually don't see analyst or specialist roles or titles, rather engineer titles. Say, for example, cloud security engineer. And the reason for this is with cloud, you don't just do testing, rather, you do a lot of fixing. Okay, so that is for today's session. I know it's short, but I hope it gives you a broad idea of what the titles would look like within cybersecurity in itself, and I hope it's helpful for you. Keep watching to learn more on application security.